This is the No Muzzle Podcast, Corner Talk TV. It doesn't matter who I am. I got a legend in the building, in the flesh. Please introduce yourself, sir.
Oh, me?
Yeah,
This fool
you.
this fool said legend.
Legend,
Man.
we got a legend in
y'all
the
be
building.
using the superlatives.
Nah,
like
being
real,
real.
real haphazardly. What's going on, man? It's your boy Hazerd to the fucking mic, a.k.a. Mr. 40 Ounce Fridays, a.k.a. the Polo Cholo, a.k.a. Mr. Cookies, his motherfucking self. You feel me? What's cracking?
How you feeling today?
I'm chilling, bro. You know, it's a beautiful day. I woke up today. That's why if you wake up with your health and your freedom and your family, you're winning.
Yeah,
You know
I want to, because you were talking to me earlier. You said you started back in 2006. Please tell me about that.
Man, you got me looking old on camera right now. So we were young. We were youngsters.
We respect the veterans,
I think
man.
I started freestyling probably like in 03. Just like battles and stuff, you know. In 06, I think we put out an album. It was like a group. It was 06 when I put out my first album. But I was like too busy being a knucklehead, you know what I'm saying? And so I was putting music out, but it was like I always say like I really relate. I kind of understand these youngsters from Chicago, or these young bucks even now, like the kids over here like Suede and Peso. I understand, like a lot of people are like, oh, they're so young and dumb, and it's like I was that age and I was that dumb. You know what I'm saying? So I get like where they're coming from a lot of times, and it's like I always just, when I see like a youngster that's super talented like that, I just always hope that they figure it out while they still have everybody's attention and before they lose everything. You know what I'm saying? Before they lose their freedom or whatever. Because like that was me. Like I was like doing my thing and doing my thing a little too much, and I got popped in 06, and I had to go sit down. And then it was just from 2006 to like 2012. I was either, in the county on bail fighting the case, or then finally in prison from 07 to 2012. So it's like, I started, like my first physical release was in 2006, but I didn't have any business dropping anything. I was too much of a knucklehead at the time. I mean, the music was cool, but like I was too much of a knucklehead, so.
Starting back then,
yeah.
do you feel like a veteran? Do you feel like you had a lot of time in the game? Do you feel fresh?
Nah, I feel like I'm just getting started. Like, it's funny because, the one thing that I do feel is like rap itself is easy for me at this point. Like the action of putting words together, that's easy. I'm just always trying to kind of figure out like, avenues to market myself with, right?
Your career.
Yeah, but like, with respects to the technical side of things, I think I feel kind of seasoned. But like as far as being known on a wide scale, like I'm just getting my foot in the door. You know what I'm saying? So like, for me, it's like I got a ton of work to do because my goals are so much higher than anything I've done. You know what I'm saying? So like everything I've done, I'm super grateful for. Anybody that supports me up until this point, super grateful for you. Like, but what I like to tell people is like, if you think what you've seen so far is cool, like just wait till what we got next. You know what I'm saying? I genuinely feel that way. I feel like I haven't done anything with respects to actually accomplishing something worth really, really talking about. I feel like I haven't done anything yet. I really feel very new in that sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you. So in the beginning, did you see this point? Did you see yourself actually taking it serious, or was that just having fun back then?
I always liked the idea of being a rapper, right? Like I thought that was cool. But I definitely wasn't doing any of what I needed to do, like to be serious. You know what I'm saying? It was more like, I think that my pen was always decent. I don't think I can go back and listen to me rapping at like 17, 18, and I'm like, nah, I kind of always had it a little. You know what I'm saying? I kind of always had it a little. Yeah, I was always had it a little bit. Like I had a natural pocket, like,
Yeah.
But like I definitely wasn't doing enough of the right things, like to where people like would take me seriously as an artist. I would say like business people would take me serious as an artist. Definitely, I was too much of a knucklehead. You know what I'm saying? Like running around being dumb. It wasn't that the music was.
It wasn't a job at that
Yeah,
point.
it really
creative.
wasn't. It was just like I was just having fun. Like I said, I would tell people like, oh yeah, I rap. I would like, yeah, absolutely. I would always say that. But at the same time, like, in terms of putting the work in that like needed to be done, hell no. Like,
Yeah.
like I had no idea what that really even entailed. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
always constantly trying to think of a rhyme, constantly trying to, but like actually really pushing, like
Like the
I didn't.
business, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know what. I didn't know the first thing about that.
When you were doing your time, sitting down, your couple stints, what was the mindset then? What were you thinking then?
Um, take it a day at a time. Like, I think that there would be times where we would have like extended lockdowns, where you have time, nothing but time to think. You're not getting out your cell, like 9 months at a time, whatever. So it's like, yeah, like during those times, I would try to think like forward, like, all right, when I get out, I want to do these things. Not like write stuff down, like write plans down. But on a day to day, like if the yard's open and you go in the yard and you go in the day room, you go in the yard, whatever, like it's cool to have a plan, you know what I'm saying? But like I was on an active prison yard in Cali, so like I was just trying to survive every day. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody that like anybody that tells you different, I mean, I don't know. Me personally, like that's something that you're always on point. Like you're always trying to, watch and make sure the next motherfucker's not trying to plot against you. So like the way you know what I mean?
It's
So
real, yeah.
yeah, so the way I
It's
looked at
real.
it, yeah, the way I looked at it was like, when it
Not
came
really
to
in La La Land.
when it came to that shit, like I was like super like focused. Like sometimes homies would be like, "Hey, full rap," and like if I was in a bad mood, man, I ain't even fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like
Not
I'm
rapping
cool.
it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm cool though. I ain't doing no rapping today, homie. Like just leave me alone. But like at the same time, like I always definitely was like, this is not my. This is my current reality. This is not my reality for life. I definitely have a life outside of here. I'm going to make one for myself. You know what I'm saying? I definitely told myself that all the time. But like at the same time, when you're on a yard and there's tension on the yard or somebody's about to get stabbed or whatever the case is, you don't have time to think about nothing but that. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, let me just make sure I walk carefully. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Let me they're gonna go hit this foot today. All right, cool. Let me make sure I'm over here.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Wait, they
Gotta be
hitting that
smart.
foot at the handball courts? Okay, I'm gonna be at the pull-up bar. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me be at the opposite picnic table. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I definitely had the mentality of like, you are going to get out of this place and you're going to make some of yourself. Like, I told myself that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely.
So now coming out and staying out, I guess would like to say. So was the decision I'm taking rapping serious, or did you have other things in mind that you wanted to take serious first?
I from the jump, I wanted to make music, but like I got out, I was on high control parole with gang terms. I had to check in. I had to check in twice a month at the parole office, and then they would come to my pad twice a month. You know what I'm saying? And I had to pee for them every time. I had to pee like 4 times a month. And then I think they tapered it down. Like I never had a dirty. That was like twice a month, and then it was only when I went into the office. You're right, but still, it was like every time I went to the office, and then they cut it down where it was like one time I had to go in the office, one time they'd come see me. That was like towards the end. They had budget cuts, so I was able to kind of slide through a little bit.
Get a little freedom in.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But that being said, so music was on my mind, but it was like I was also on parole. Kicking parole was like my first like let me get this number off of me. So like I tried to tell my parole, like he's like, all right, so what are your plans? Like, oh, I rap. He's like, do you have like a contract with somebody? Like, he asked me straight up, like, do you have like a recording contract with a notable record label? And I was like, nah, but I mean that's my plan. He's like, if you don't bring me a contract with like Warner Music or like whatever, Sony Music or Island Def Jam, if you don't bring me a contract with one of them companies on it, I'm telling you right now, it's not real. You're not a rapper. Go get your ass a job,
that's
or I will
crazy.
violate you. Like he straight up told me, straight up.
God
He's like,
damn.
I will violate you. You need to maintain. He told me straight up, you either need to maintain gainful employment or be a full-time student. He's like, it was one or the other. And I was like, all right, let me go with this funky ass little job. You know what I'm saying? He told me straight up, he's like, being a rapper is not a job. And I'm like, well, I'm trying to make it. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make it. And he's like, hell no. You bring me a pay stub every 2 fucking weeks. You better have a pay stub for me. You know what I'm saying? Or he said, or if you're that nice with it and you get a contract from somebody, that's fine.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was like, fuck. So I had a 9 to 5. I immediately had to have a 9 to 5. So it was like I was still trying to make music right when I got out, but like I was just, again, it was crazy because it's like I just spent 5 years in survival mode. I feel like I'm doing the same shit now. You know what I'm saying? It was like the same shit all over on the streets. The only difference was like, I had a little bit of freedom. But even then, like I couldn't travel more than like 40 or 50 miles from my house.
Yeah.
I think it's something like that. You can't travel more than 40, 50 miles from your residence. If you do, you got to ask for permission. You know what I'm saying? And at first, like, that don't seem crazy, right? But like, if you, for instance, are in Los Angeles and you want to go to San Diego for the weekend, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go, if you're in Los Angeles and you want to go ride like ATVs in Victorville, you can't do that. You understand what I'm saying?
Sounds like fun too.
Right, you understand what I'm saying? They're like, hey, yo, we got
yeah.
the quads and you're in LA. Or for instance, me being in Inland Empire, right?
Yeah.
If there was, I remember like I had to like Google, all right, how far from my pad is the beach? And there was beaches I couldn't go to without asking.
Damn.
Like just the beach. Like, yo, let's go to the beach and let's like have a barbecue or whatever. Or let's just chill at the beach. You couldn't do that. I literally Google. I remember like being on the computer, like Googling, like Google Earth, and I looked like 50 miles from my residence. I did the whole thing. Like I was like, they're not gonna catch me slipping for something stupid. You know what I'm saying? I knew exactly how far I could go from home.
Yeah.
In all directions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was like knowing that I wasn't able to like really dive into music. I tried. I definitely tried. It was like I put music out. I did shows, the whole nine. But it's like when you're 40, 50 miles away from home, there's only so many shows that you could do.
Yeah,
There's only, you know what I'm saying?
You have limitations.
Yeah, so it was like, that was kind of difficult for sure. But yeah, so that's where I was at, like right when I came home.
So when did 40 ounce freestyles come into play?
40 Ounce Fridays was a series that I started. Let me see. Almost 3 years ago now.
3
Next
years
month.
ago. Every Friday. Or you missed a few Fridays.
Not a single Friday.
Not a single Friday.
We've done COVID shutdowns. We made sure they came out. I caught COVID one week. Made sure that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I've never missed in 154 weeks now that we've done. Zeke was 154. Did we just drop 150? So we're 154 straight weeks. So it's 52 weeks in a year. You got 52 weeks in a year. That's times 3 is 156, right?
Yeah.
So we just did 154. So 156, it'll technically be 3 calendar years.
Damn.
But because it's like on a Friday and then the week goes, if I try to kind of explain the math, every year we kind of like lose a week.
Yeah.
So technically 156 will be 3 years worth, but I think like volume 158 or 159 will be 3 years to the date.
Give or take, basically.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
It'll be like 3 years to the date on volume 159, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So now tell me,
So we start, yeah. So, oh, my bad. So we started at like 3 years ago. And the reason why was because I was working on a bunch of music with my boy Urban from All Angles. And Urban was like, yo, we should promote this music. We should figure out a way to promote this music. And so I was like, whoa, I had a video that had done kind of okay for me on Facebook like the year before that. It was called Buzz Bars. And it was me rapping in my boy Danny Zico's living room.
Danny Zico.
And I had like put it on Facebook. It had got like 15,000 hits on Facebook. Yeah. So then, and it was like on my personal page. So then I was like, oh, people like that. Like when I was like rapping drunk. What if I did some shit called 40 Ounce Fridays? And so he's like, yo, that's dope. Let's do it. So I was like, all right, I'm going to kill 40 of Mickey's every week, and then I'm going to rap on the beat that I like. And at first, it was supposed to be a promotional vehicle for the music.
Yeah.
Bro, we still ain't
smart.
Yo, Urban, I say this every interview. I'm saying this until we drop the shit. I'm so sorry. We still haven't dropped the music. So 40 Ounce Fridays took on a life of its own.
Yeah.
And it kind of became its own thing. And, like, we just kept pushing. And we went from doing, maybe we'll do 10 of them, to 15 of them, to 20, to... I remember when we got to like 22, I was like, man, we're this close. Let's do 40 Ounce Fridays. And he was like, bet. And then I was like, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're gonna do 52 40 Ounce Fridays a year straight. We'll do 52 of them. And then we'll do a live event. And we'll put a bow on it after that live event. And, you know what I'm saying? It'll be a year, this thing that we did for a year straight. And then my boy Urban was like, I'm with it. All right, cool. We started in 2019, right? We started April 2019, I think was the first 40 Ounce Friday. It had to be, yeah, because Then April 2020 comes along, COVID hit. And so I was like, well, I can't do a live event. So, but it was COVID. Like this is the beginning of where like nobody's going nowhere. I wasn't even going to my boy's pad because like, you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't even going to his place to record them. We were really trying to keep, you know what I'm saying? Keep people safe. So it's like I was doing them from home. I kept doing them from my house. So I was like, it's funny because if you go to like volume 52, 53, 54, 55, like in there, volume 60, like all in there, it's funny because like, it was like when COVID first started, like barbershops were closed, the whole night. My hair's getting all long and bushy on me. But we just kept it going. And then at a certain point, it was like, man, we've been doing it this long. We just kind of kept going. You know what I'm saying? And then this last November, my boy Chef, shouts out my boy Chef NY, he had been bugging me to start a TikTok. Him and the homie Louie, my boy Louie, like from way back from high school, they had been bugging me to start a TikTok. Like, yo, if you start a TikTok, I think people will gravitate towards it. So like the week of Thanksgiving, I think, like or the week before Thanksgiving, I put a video up on TikTok, and it did like 50,000 views, and I had like 1,200 followers like that, like overnight.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
And then I went and I put a couple videos up, and then I remember that video I was telling you that did well on Facebook, the Buzz Bars. I captioned it. I said, "This dude got blackout drunk, and then this happened." That's what I.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's how I captioned it. And I threw that on TikTok, and to date, I think that video has done like 13 million views on TikTok. That one,
because even that's important, right? The right title, because
the
words have algorithms and shit like that.
It was crazy. So all I put was this dude got blackout drunk, and then this happened. I didn't put, and he started rapping. I just said, and then this happened. So people were watching it thinking it was like a fail video.
Is that the one inside your house, right?
That was the one. It's Ezekiel's pad.
Oh, it's Ezekiel's pad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's the one that went for me, and it's crazy because like people were watching it. Like I expected this fool to fall on his face, and he just started rapping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He started rapping his ass off. So a lot of people kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? And we've had a couple other like kind of, you know, viral, semi-viral moments since. You know what I'm saying? We had a couple of the old 40 ounce Fridays kind of did numbers. Then the obvious one was I kind of addressed some things that were said by Whack 100, and I kind of had put that out. That did like 1 million on TikTok. So we've had a couple moments, and what's been cool is I've just been taking the old 40 ounce Friday stuff and putting it on TikTok. And it's kind of cool because people are rediscovering a lot of this stuff for the first time.
A whole new audience.
Yeah, and it's crazy because as my following on TikTok went up, my following on Instagram went up, you know, and they kind of fed each other.
Yeah.
And it was nuts because, like, I basically, like, I've kind of watched, as an experiment, I took an old 40 ounce Fridays that I put out, like, right way at the beginning of it, and I put it up just to see what it would do. The original version got like 1,000 views, something like that. I re-put it up. It did like 25,000.
Damn, that's crazy.
On my Instagram now. All I did was take it and repost it. You know what I'm saying? I just said like, look, for those of you who don't know what I've been doing, this is an old one. It's one of my favorite ones. Here you go. And it's crazy. Like my throwback Thursdays are now my old verses from 3 years ago. And it's crazy watching them do numbers now. It's like, this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Will you ever stop?
40 ounce Fridays or rapping?
Nah, 40 ounce Fridays.
So 40 ounce Fridays has been such a blessing because it's helped me kind of market myself, and it's really shown people the kind of person and artist I am. It's like, I'm a pretty laid back dude. I like to have a few drinks, talk shit with the homies, and rap. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm gonna give you like my life story when I rap. So like the way I look at it with 40 ounce Fridays is it's been such a blessing. At the same time, like at a certain point, I do feel like, you know, all things have their time, and I think it's important to, on some Seinfeld shit, like end it a little earlier than a little too late. I never want to be sitting here like, I don't even know if I should do this shit. You understand what I'm saying?
You want to end at the peak.
Yeah, I want to end like, and I feel like I still get compliments like, bro, you outdid yourself this week with that. As long as I still hear a good amount of people saying that, I'll keep doing them.
That 50 Cent beat, that shit was crazy.
Thank you, bro.
That shit was bananas. That's the one that got me excited. I was like, oh, shit.
The recent one? You talking about the recent one, When It Rains, It Pours?
Yeah, exactly, yes.
Yeah, okay,
that
yeah.
Was crazy, bro.
So, bro, yeah, I mean, that's just one of my favorite, like, slept on. I like to do that, too. I like to find beats that I feel like were slept on. Like, they're a dope record, but the song, for whatever reason, never, like, was a #1 hit or whatever. And that one for me, because that whole soundtrack to the Get Rich or Die Trying movie is like dope. And I feel
Fucking
like a lot of
classic.
I feel like a lot of that music got slept on. You know what I'm saying? I really do. And that's one for me. I'm like, bro, are you listening to this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that one, I don't know who shot you. I don't know who cut you. I don't know who stabbed you. You know, that one's tight.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, and obviously had like the big singles like Hustler's Ambition and Window Shopper. But like, yeah, that one for me. So
Rains
thank
and
you.
Pours.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I love that record.
Yeah,
bro.
well, me personally, I like the shit that cuts deep, man. That
Yeah.
when you hear the beat, it's just a feeling that like you gotta pay attention to what he's saying. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
it's crazy.
Nah, thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
Yeah, what's
Thank
it
you,
called?
thank you.
So outside of the 40-ounce Fridays,
Yeah.
what's up with the music?
I've been recording my ass off, man. This man Danny Zico behind the camera could tell you, like, I'm in here a lot, and I there's certain weeks where we're just our schedules are so crazy. I got to book studio time with you, by the way, bro, for this week. So there's times where like our schedules are so crazy. Like you hit me today to follow up, and thank you for doing that because I completely
course.
forgot about this interview. And it's like,
Good.
I'll be like, and it's crazy because my lady who's like my assistant at this point, damn near, she's like, do you have anything for this week besides studio time? And I was like, no. She goes, when is your studio time? And I'm like, I don't know yet. I'm gonna get with my boy. We'll figure it out. And she's like, all right, do you have anything else? And I'm like, nah, I'm good. And then you hit me with like literally probably like an hour or two after I'd had that last convo with her this morning.
Yeah.
And you hit me like, oh, just making sure we good for tonight. And I'm like, yo. And I hit my lady like, yo. She's just laughing. She's like, you gotta start writing this shit down.
Yeah.
Because I don't write my rhymes down, so I think I could remember everything else. I clearly can't. So that being said, I'm in the studio a lot, bro. We just actually shot a music video for my first like official single in a very long time. It's called Moving Different. Shot by my boy Ace 18. We Shoot Back.
Okay, yeah, I know who he is.
And then produced by the homie from the area. He's from Chino Hills.
Okay.
His name's Corbin Butler. Super talented dude. Found me off the social media stuff. Hit me up like, bro, I rock with what you're doing. Can I send you some beats? And he sent me the one for Moving Different. And the minute I heard it, it spoke to me. So we laid the record on the spot right here at the Room Z, and then we knocked down the record, and I really liked it, and I kept listening to it, and I was like, yo, this needs a video. So like last week, I got a hair up my ass, and I was like, let's get this video done now. You know what I'm saying? So it was a 2-day shoot. So look for that. I don't know how quick this is gonna come out, but shit, the video might be out by then. But moving different. Yeah, and so just expect a lot of music from me. I got a gang of music kind of lined up, and it's crazy because like doing 40-ounce Fridays, it keeps me busy every week. So I be forgetting.
Yeah.
Like
Keep
we're
you
already
sharp.
But the thing is, like I be forgetting to do other shit. So like, like in all seriousness, like I'm just realizing we're at the end of March and I ain't really dropped nothing. So I'm kind of mad at myself right now. Yeah. So that's why I kind of like I got the hair up my ass and I was like, that's it. I'm dropping like every couple weeks. I'm gonna drop a new single.
So you got bars, you got flow, a true MC.
Thank you.
What when with your music?
Yeah.
What is the point you're making? What are you saying? What are you speaking about?
I just want the same way that I looked up to a lot of people growing up. I want to be able to do that for kids. So like, I want there's gonna be like a kid that's in class that's like, he's funny. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of the class clown a little bit. People like him. Sports might not be like super his thing. You know what I'm saying? But he's got like a lot of like, he's got potential. He's a smart kid, right? I'm speaking to that kid, like for real. Like the kid that's like, super witty with his words and shit, and always gets yelled at to shut up or stop talking back or whatever. That kid, like I'm talking to that kid, and I want that kid to have a positive outlet for his attitude and for his personality. I feel like a lot of times we stifle kids that are like the most creative ones because we want to kind of put them in a box so that they'll behave and shut the fuck up. And like I get it, like you want a kid to be able to like behave themselves, but I really feel like some of our brightest kids usually either get made to look stupid or crazy or both, right? So like me personally with my music, bro, I'm really trying to make sure that I have like a broad reach with my music, and I want to genuinely like inspire fools either that come from the background I came from with respects to like not making the best choices, or like the kid that could go left or right before he goes left. Like I want him to, like be able to stay on that right path, and I really want to be that like what did Jay say, like has did that, so hopefully you won't have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Yeah,
my
yeah,
shit. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like I told you, bang the hood. No, has did that, so hopefully you won't have to go through that. Like
That's good.
that's
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. Like that would be my thing more than anything else. Is to really be kind of an example in that way. So I try hard to like even when I'm popping my shit like on that one with when it rains it pours. Um, what did I say? Um, and if you think this sound cool, you ain't listening. What did I say? And if you, and it, I talk a lot of shit because I live that life. But if you think this sound cool, you ain't listening right. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like that's really like that's kind of where I really stand at with the shit. Like I think that my reality is my reality. And I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk my shit. But I hope that I never do it to where I make that shit sound cool. Just because I'm like witty with my words, I never want to make the shit sound cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be a gangster because Has said this. Or I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
do this because Has said that. Like, I hope I never do that. You understand what I'm saying? I just want, like, the kid that's kind of going through that to be like, okay, he was the same, he was in the same place I'm at, and he made it out. So I want that connection to be made. So that's what I'm looking for in my music. Like, that's why I'm in the lab all the time, bro. Like, it's more than just the bars to me. I think ultimately I'm a rapper, so I gotta care about that. I have to care about the craft of what I do. I do really care about the way I put words together, but I really do want to lead and inspire. You know what I'm saying? So I talk my shit because, like I said, it's my story. Like there's no, I can't tell your story. I can't tell Zico's story. I gotta tell my story. So part of that includes like bad decisions I've made. What I would say though is that I really genuinely, especially at this point, because I am a little older, try very hard to make sure that there's a redeeming quality to the music still. I feel like I do have that responsibility a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's okay to have fun. I think it's okay to like you don't got to take yourself so seriously all the time.
No.
Um, but I do just feel like that's one thing where I do feel like my age plays a role. Like I do kind of feel a little bit responsible. You know what I'm saying? I do try to be real positive in my interactions with like fans and supporters. You know what I'm saying? I do try to kind of uplift and encourage like when they hit me or whatever. Yo, Has, I really rock with this song, or yo, I really try to, hey, thanks, bro. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? I try to take an interest in anything they might have going on too. You know what I'm saying? So that's really when it comes down to it, like when my music, bro, to make a long story longer.
Nah,
Like,
nah,
you
it's
know what I'm
all
saying?
good,
I
man.
really, I really hope that I could be that voice for motherfucker. You know what I mean? It hasn't really been a dude that looks like me or it looks like us
For
really
sure.
have like that level of success with it. And very humbly speaking, I really would like to be able to do that. Really take it to a level that nobody's really done looking like us. You know what I'm saying? Looking like us. And I really care about that. I think it would just be dope to be able to, like a lot of people are like, fuck the Grammys. Nah, man, let me run me one. You know what I'm saying? A
Let me
lot of
get
people,
one
you
of
know what I'm
those.
saying? Let me get one of
Yeah,
those.
yeah. Let me
Like
get that.
for real though, like I just because I think it's important, like, the same way like if you're growing up, in a certain neighborhood and you see your cousin go to the military, you're like, oh, that could be a way out. You know what I'm saying? You see another, if you got a cousin that goes to college, he might be the first one to do it, but to his baby cousins or baby brothers or nephews, nieces, whatever, that one kid going to college could literally switch everything for the whole family. Oh, that's normal now. That's what you do.
It's possible.
It's possible. And so that's my thing. Exactly. You took the word out of my mouth. Like, it's possible. I want people to look at me and see my accomplishments and be like, it's possible for me to go further than that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that.
That's really what I'm trying to tell my story and make people think that it's possible to go even however far I get. I want motherfuckers to go farther than me. You know what I'm saying?
A piece of advice for someone going through hard times.
If you woke up with your health, your family, your freedom, or even one of those things, right? Or if you just woke up, like your situation could be worse, right? And so it, I won't sit here and say that, you know, if I'm drowning in 100 feet of water and you're drowning in 10 feet of water, my situation is worse than yours. You're still drowning. I get that. So you know what I'm saying? So I won't like try to ever downplay whatever somebody's got going on. But what I would say is if you're going through tough times, bro, like, you know, keep pushing. Find whatever you need to find, whatever reason you need to find to keep going, go ahead and do that. Like it really, really, really does um depend on your attitude towards whatever that depends on how eventually your life will turn out. If it's like everybody else's fault and people just don't understand you and the world's against you and no one loves you and everybody hates you, if that's your attitude all the time, like, yeah, that ain't the way, bro. But if you're sitting there like, all right, you know what, you know, I I I'm not in the best place right now, but I'm going to figure it out. Eventually, you will. I think there's a saying: whether you think you can or you can't, you're right.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Feel
So
that,
so I would say that. I would say that to anybody right now. Like, I don't care like how far down bad things are. I'm not trying to downplay what you're going through. But what I would say is that like another cliche is that tough times don't last, tough people do. And that's what
Fact.
you know what I'm saying, and that's what I would say. Sometimes you got to ride the storm out, and it's okay if you're not perfect while you're doing it. Like I would say that too. You don't got to be like this, like perfect, super godly or super spiritually sound person while you're kind of trying to get through that storm. If you riding your storm out, bro, and your nuts are hanging a little bit while you're doing it, do what you got to do, bro. Like just get through it. You know what I'm saying? Do your best to not shit on other people while you're getting through it, but get through it. Um, and you come out the other side of it, and 9 out of 10, a lot of the shit that you went through helps mold you, like to make you better able to deal with whatever shit that life throws at you now. You know what I'm saying? Like now, like right now, like I'm constantly, I got something going on. I'm constantly busy, but the way I look at it is like shit. Being busy is a blessing. Like I remember like 24-hour lockdowns, for like 8 9 month stretches. So like being busy is a blessing, bro. You know
That's
what I'm
a
saying?
fact, bro.
So
Hell yeah, for
sometimes
sure.
it gets difficult. Sometimes it does get difficult, but that's what I would say. You know what I'm saying? Just try to understand that there's genuine like, you know, eventually at some point it may not be right now. Right now it just might suck. It just might be the struggle. But eventually you'll find beauty in your struggle. You know what I mean? It usually is once you've gotten past it and you've put it behind you. It usually really is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
It's not usually like when you're going through it, like, nah, this shit just sucks, Has. What you talking about? But
For
like
real.
you can look back and you could appreciate, I just got back. I was in Cozumel, Mexico, right? We spent a week down there, like, you know, beautiful skies, sandy white beaches, crystal clear blue water. And I remember sitting there and I was able to genuinely just enjoy it. Cause I was like, bruh, like I remember being yeah, dead broke a few years back, not having a penny to my name, not knowing what I was gonna do. A few years before that, I remember being locked up, wondering what the world was gonna be like. A few years before that, being locked up, sitting there, in the middle of the bullshit, you know what I'm saying, in prison. A few years before that, catching my first case. So it's like the way I look at it is like, man, like when you do kind of get past those things, to anybody out there that's really going through it, I promise you that the W's are going to feel that much better because you're really going to be able to appreciate them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say, man. And another thing my pops always told me is just take it a day at a time. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah, for
Take
sure.
things a day at a time. And generally speaking, if you do that, you just focus on what you got going on today, you'll be all right. That's what I would say.
All right, cool. So let's get straight into the freestyle, man. I appreciate you speaking to me, answering my questions, man. You're such
Yeah,
a
of course.
I got respect for you, man, because I look at you as a true MC, and I'm a fan of it. So
Thank you. Thank you.
what's it called? You have such a journey, and you're here at this point, and you got nothing but up to go. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it, man.
Nothing but blessings, man. Let's get straight into this freestyle, bro.
All right, let's do it like this. I'm just gonna spit some acapella shit for now.
All right, for
Let's
sure.
do
Yeah,
let's do this real quick.
yeah. Go
Are we
ahead.
good?
Yeah, no
I can just
muzzle.
go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Go in, man. It's all good.
Um. All right. Let's see. Okay. I live on my own terms. I was born asleep. The doctor spanked me 5 times before I started to weep. I was brokenhearted for weeks, being born in a cruel world where pimps beat women into black and blue girls. A black and blue swirl, the bruises turn to contusions.